with. I'm here today to show you guys a few tips on what I do for my hair to grow. I'm just gonna have my phone with me to look at my notes, but for the most part I'm gonna be looking at the camera, guys. So the first tip that I have is I water my scalp frequently, or my hair. I feel like water contains moisture and you can seal it with the oil. If you don't want to use a leave-in or you know, like a cream or whatever in your hair to have less product buildup, I always use water. So for the most time, my nightly routines, especially if I have braids or twists in my hair, I'll water spray my hair all over, and I will put oil of my choice on my scalp or on my hair just to seal in everything. So yeah, when this is a mist brush. So number 2 is very self-explanatory. I already started talking about it, but protective hairstyles, and by that I mean braids, cornrows, twist outs. So the next one I would say, so to piggyback off of the protective hairstyles, number 3 would be to try to keep in the protective hairstyles as long as you possibly can. I'm not saying now to go in 4 months deep without you co-washing your hair, or I'm not saying that, because me personally, I keep my hair in for at least a month. Once I start seeing it getting a little crusty, then I take it out, or to my liking. But for the most part, if I have a protective style like braids or a wig or cornrows, because those are like my go-tos. I always have braids, cornrows, or a wig, or my hair is out like this. By the way, this is wash and go. So if it's one of those things, not a wash and go or a twist out, with that you would have to, I would say, weekly, that has to be renewed, or you have to like co-wash your hair and then do another wash and go or another twist out. So that's why for the most part I'm just talking about the braids and the braids and the cornrows and the wigs. 4 is to wash or co-wash your hair as frequently as possible. Don't just think because you have braids in your hair and you're keeping it in there for a whole month that you're not gonna co-wash your hair. Your scalp can get buildup like that, and you putting oil, like for me at night, I do this every night. I wet my hair, I put oil on my scalp, or sometimes I'll put, instead of water, I'll do a leave-in and then I'll put oil. That eventually builds up over time, and after a month you don't want to or I work out at the gym, going to the gym, you have sweat and everything, you start to smell your hair. Go co-wash it. Don't just leave it and be like, oh well, I'm leaving it in for a month. No, it's a little crusty dusty, it's time to get it together. Just wash it a little bit and then be on your way. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't take as long as you washing your hair on a regular day, because your hair is already separated in braids or cornrows or whatever. You're just refreshing your hair and making sure that the buildup doesn't get too crazy. But even when you don't have protective hairstyles, I suggest to wash your hair at least every 2 weeks. It keeps everything on a consistent cycle, and it's just better for you. I personally feel like if I go 2 weeks without washing or co-washing my hair, I could feel my scalp starting to gets super itchy, or I scratch my head and I see under my nail like dirt. You don't want that. So when I see that, I'm like, oh no, it's time to go. It's time to wash my hair. It's time to do something, fix this problem. You feel me? So the next one that I have here is to trim your hair. I personally have been trimming my hair since I started transitioning. So I have learned from my whole journey to my natural hair how to trim. If you guys want me to do a video on how I trim, just let your girl know and I'll do it. I say to trim around every 3 months. When I was transitioning, I believe I did every month, 3 weeks a month, just because I was ready to see hair growth and I was ready for my ends to come off. So number 6, y'all, this is important. Number 6, always pre-poo and always deep condition. I don't care if y'all are rushing or whatever. Always pre-poo and always deep condition. Because number 7 is oil your scalp. Oil your scalp. So I'll either just take my little finger, go like that, you know, just put that bad boy here, and I'll do that. I'll start parting my hair and just, you know, and then oh, and by the way, y'all, this is the biotin and collagen thick and full. So number 8, I finger detangle all day, every day. I only brush my hair if I just took out braids or cornrows. So I'll put my pre-poo in my hair, right? And because you know, like at the top of your hair, you get like the little matted areas or whatever. Even if you co-wash your hair and wash your braids and stuff like that, you'll still get that little mat or whatever. Your finger detangling your hair with your fingers with the pre-pooing. And I realized that even though I finger detangled with my pre-poo, my hair would still get knotted when I started shampooing by the areas that had the little knots. My fingers, I'm spreading them apart. You need a brush to get the top of your, to the top of that, the knot area. I mean, I started using a brush, realizing after I already finger detangled, and then I brush it through very gently from my ends to the roots. And I do that throughout my whole head. And after that, I wasn't getting no more knots when I shampoo my hair. Number 9. So people like to say, this is what works for me. Use this, do that, blah, blah, blah. Use this pre-poo. And yeah, I have videos where I'm like, yo, guys, this is the bomb. Also, we all have different hair porosities. We all have different hair types. We all have different ways of the way our hair absorbs or reacts to products. We all have different scalps. So research your own products before you buy them, because you need to know what you're putting in your hair. That joint's getting absorbed into your body, and you need to, you know, not hop on trends because it looks cool, or oh, this person said it's good. It might not work for you. Like, I've seen so many people like, oh, this is a popular like oil, put it in your hair, and then you see the same videos of people like, my hair broke out because of this. You guys need to research. You guys need to like, or just go on YouTube and look up the cons of whatever product to see other people's things and be like, okay, the cons are not that bad, so I'm gonna still try it. Then when you try it, just make sure you're doing it little by little, and then you could do it more and more if you're not getting a reaction, if you see that it's working. But off the back, do not be just throwing products on your hair because you see like big names doing it or whatever. So I say research your products, guys, before you put it on your hair, because this is your hair. If you really care about your hair the way I care about my hair, I know that it will break your heart if something were to happen to it just because you listen to somebody else's opinion of the product or whatever. So always look at your product, always research. Yeah, so now we're gonna go on to number 10. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big one. Always take vitamins, guys. So you see how this oil says biotin and collagen? I also take biotin and collagen pills. Number 11 is, you know, this is something that everybody says. Cover your hair with the silk bonnet or a silk wrap. I have also a silk pillow case. It is something that I use to sleep most of my nights, especially if I have a really late night, if I'm up, you know, working or doing, you know, anything, and I don't feel like wrapping my hair, because we all have those days where you're just like, I just want to knock out. This is already on my pillow, and I don't really have to worry about my hair snagging on my pillowcase or my hair not like coming out okay. If my hair is like this though, before I do any work or anything, I just will put my hair up, and then so I don't have to worry about wrapping it after I get my work done. But if I have like braids or box braids or cornrows or whatever, this bad boy, this silk pillowcase, comes in good hands, you know what I'm saying? Number 12, I would say, if you ever need to blow dry your hair when you're doing like box braids or cornrows to like get your hair stretch it out, I would say to do it on a cold, low setting. And before you put your brush to your hair to make sure that it's super like stretched, I would just say stretch your hair like that. Like take a section and just pull your hair and have the blow dryer like that. And then after that, you know, and always finger detangle first, you know what I'm saying? But then take your paddle brush or Demon brush, tangle teaser, whatever, and from ends to roots. And the last thing on this list is my little scalp massager from Vanity Planet. It vibrates, so you don't even have to be washing your hair. You could just put it right on top and just have it touch different spots. It feels so good. And these little prongs at the top help blood flow while it's vibrating and you're moving your hand in circular motion. It just works magic for like anybody. And with that, y'all, I just want to say be blessed. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you want any more information on a certain tip that I had, or if you want to know more about something, more about a product, you want me to do a product review or how I use products, like if you want me to show you my nightly routine on how I wet my hair and put oil, let me know and I'll do it. Comment down below, like and subscribe, you know, share with your friends. I love you guys, and see you And the next one, and if you hear the firefighters, that's what happens in New York, okay? You hear it every 5 seconds, all right?